welcome back to Kristen's ASMR. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are in the world. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm taking a break from the color series, and I'm very excited to be participating in an ASMR questionnaire challenge. Figment ASMR, who I'll tag in the video description, tagged me to do this challenge. And the original creator who did the questionnaire is Jeannie B ASMR, and it's her most interesting questionnaire of all times. So there's 20 questions I'm going to be answering in a few different categories, and it'll be a chance for you all to get to know me a little bit, and I hope this will be fun. I haven't prepared my answers ahead of time, so there may be some awkward pauses, but that's okay. But without further ado, let's get started. Also, if you hear my bird, Vinny, he may squawk in the background, and I apologize for that. So, I do have the questions written down, so I'll be reading from this paper. So, the first question and the first category is about me. And the first question is, what is your favorite drink? One hot and one cold. And if a bug landed in it, would you still drink it? So I actually really don't drink hot drinks. I have a weird thing when I'm swallowing a drink that's hot, it just doesn't feel good. If I had to choose a drink that's traditionally drank, or you can drink hot, it would be apple cider. So what I do is, if I'm going to drink it, I do put ice cubes in it, but I do like the feel of it being warm. But yeah, I just don't want to drink it hot. Without a doubt, my favorite cold drink is sun-kissed orange soda. Now, it specifically needs to be sun-kissed orange soda because I'm a little particular about some certain things. I don't mind not doing brand names, but I don't want Orange Crush, I don't want Fanta, I don't want Minute Maid orange. It has to be sun-kissed. Definitely one of my favorites. If a bug landed in it, would I still drink either of those, the apple cider or the orange soda? If it's just one of those little tiny gnats, I would still drink it, whatever. It's just a small bug. Now, if I know if it landed in it, would be wings, but if a centipede or a millipede somehow crawled in it, I absolutely would not drink it. I would dump it out. I have this thing, I don't like bugs that have more than 8 legs. I don't even really like spiders that much. So, yeah. If it was a tiny bug, I would. Otherwise, I would not. Question number 2 is, what is your favorite fashion designer or brand? And if cost was not an issue, what is one that I would wear 5 days a week? And I'm not a huge brands person, but if I had to pick, it probably would be Nike. I do work out, so I do like to wear a lot of athletic wear. Wear some Nike leggings and zip up sweatshirts and stuff like that. If you've seen my tapping on shoes video, I am a big sneaker fan. I do have quite a few Nikes. I've had some Nikes over the years, fun colors. So I would probably wear that every day. Probably to kind of go off that, favorite fashion, I would love to have, as far as purses, some more Dooney and Burke purses. If I had the money, I would love to have a Birkin bag, but that's just unrealistic right now. Question number 3 is, what is my favorite dream destination? And if it was an all expense paid trip and I could spend 6 months there, where would I go? That is so difficult to pick one location, I'll tell you. Hawaii is my favorite dream destination. I really want to go there. I really enjoy photography. I would love to be able to take pictures of all the flowers and animals and everything. But as far as spending 6 months there, I don't know if I necessarily want to, even though all expenses would be paid. Probably if I was to pick a dream destination that I would spend 6 months in, I would honestly probably pick Italy. Pizza is one of my favorite food. You know, obviously, like, you know, I live in the United States. Pizza here is different than authentic Italian pizza, but all the dishes that I could have, soaking up the local culture, has a lot of gelato. Probably Italy would be the destination that I'd want to spend 6 months in. So, question number 4. If you could have anyone do a makeover on you, who would it be? If I could pick somebody to do a makeover on me, who would I choose? Honestly, I would probably choose Tim Gunn from Project Runway. And that's making me laugh because it's making me think back to just when I was a kid. Like, I watched a lot of reality TV and stuff, and you know, I watched quite a few episodes of America's Next Top Model with Tyra Banks. I also watched in Project Runway. Just, I don't know, I love Tim Gunn's personality, and it'd be fun to get a makeover. You know, I usually dress pretty simply. Like, I'm lucky enough I can wear jeans to my job every day. You know, I love fun colors and patterns, but it'd kind of be fun to be like glammed up for a little bit, you know, do something different with my hair. You know, I love the curls, but like I'm growing it out, but I've had it the same color. But it would be kind of fun to have Tim Gunn do a makeover on me. Oh, Vinny, my bird. Quiet. I don't know what's hyping him up. And the last question in the About Me category is, do I dance and or sing? Such as busting a move or belting it out when I'm alone. So I can dance badly. Like, I do not have rhythm. I don't know, I just feel really awkward when I move. I would love to learn how to dance better. Like, it would be really cool. I'm a huge fan of Dancing with the Stars. I've watched almost every season. And a couple of my favorite, like, Latin dances are the Argentine tango and the Paso Doble, or maybe Latin and ballroom. But Paso Doble and, Argentine tango. So okay, I don't know why my bird is being so annoying right now. But I think he'll settle down. So I would love to take a dancing class to learn those dances, but I really don't have a lot of rhythm. And I do sing in the car. I had someone compliment me one time, like, I have a good, like, ASMR voice. In my just kind of regular life, it can get kind of loud, but my voice is pretty clear. And I had someone ask me, do you sing? And I said, not really. I sing in the car, but they're like, you should, because my voice is clear. But I definitely, when I'm alone, I'll sing. Like, I will put on headphones while I'm doing cleaning my house. I'll sing and do stuff like that. But yeah, I can't sing well, but I can sing. All right, this next set of questions is around some questions about being on an island, like a deserted island. So, if you were on a deserted island, food and water included, what music album would you have with you? And you will have any form to play it. Oh gosh, that is tough to pick one album. In watching Figment ASMR's answers to these questions, like, I agree with her that I kind of pick and choose, like, different songs. I don't usually listen to, like, whole albums. But that is a really great question. If I had to pick one music album, and I know it's like, if I could only have one with me, it's like, oh, you'd get tired of it. I am a big classic rock fan. Like, grew up listening to it a lot in the car with my mom, and like, I can picture the Def Leppard. I think it's probably one of their greatest hits album. I can picture it as like The Vault. I can't remember if that's exactly what it's called. I probably should have looked, but that's okay. We're doing this on the fly. I think it's The Vault album. It's their greatest hits. Like, I love Pour Some Sugar on Me, Rock of Ages, yeah, I really love some Def Leppard. So I probably would pick that greatest hits album. Just that way I could have, I would know I would love most of the songs that were on the album versus like just a regular one where, you know, not the albums sometimes have duds, you know. Number 7, what flower would I propagate on the island? You know, the smart thing to do would be to propagate a flower that maybe had some medicinal qualities, but hey, I want to have something pretty to look at, let's be honest, if it's deserted. 2 of my favorite flowers, I love orchids and I love tulips. So I would probably try to propagate both of those flowers on the island. Orchids are just so magical to me, you know, and it would kind of give me something to do during the day, making sure to tend to them. I just love like the purples and the blue orchids and tulips. Love the pinks, the purples. I've even actually seen black tulips. I would love to just be able to have just a variety of flowers to look at on the island. But it would be hard to pick. If I had to pick between the two, I would pick orchids though. I'm such a huge fan of them. Number 8, what beauty product would you have on the island? You can have 2. Definitely sunscreen, number 1. Even though I kind of have a natural tan, you know, it's very important to have the sunscreen. Like, I wouldn't want to be burnt to a crisp, so I would have sunscreen, and I also would have I would probably just have a bunch of eye masks, just, you know, to keep the under eyes nice and hydrated. I wasn't gonna have any items in this video, but it's really hard for me to just talk and not be tapping and scratching on something, so I'll show you real quick. I used one of these in my pink tapping video, but they are purple. These under eye masks with retinol, and like they're all you know, packaged individually, well, a pack of 2, but 1 set. So I would want to have these with me on the island to just keep my eyes hydrated. You know, they would get dry being out in the sun. Number 9 is what animal would I give a voice to and they would get to be on the island? I am a huge fan of cats, so that would be kind of fun, but I would definitely pick owls. You know, I mean, on a deserted island, you probably aren't gonna have owls. However, if I could pick any, I would pick an owl. Number 1, I just love them. I think they are so wise. And number 2, the animal would have to be a bird, because they could fly around the island. They could let me know if they see anything cool, you know, depending on the size of this island. Yeah, I think that would be a really wise choice. Probably my favorite type of owl is a barn owl. The last question in the island category is, you get to bring 2 books with you onto the island, 1 fiction and 1 nonfiction, and you must read them over and over. What do you pick? Now, I don't really read a whole lot of nonfiction. I read a lot of fiction. If I had to pick a nonfiction book, I would probably pick a nonfiction book. Honestly, I would probably pick like a history textbook, just because it wouldn't get boring and like there would be plenty to read from, just looking at the history of the world. So I'd probably a world history textbook, I guess I should clarify, a world history textbook. And then as far as a fiction book, man, 1 fiction book, that is a tough one to pick. What would I pick? Again, I've said this in other videos, I don't support J.K. Rowling's, comments against transgender individuals. But I would probably pick, for a fiction book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter holds a really big place in my heart. That was the first book series as a kid that I was really into. So it would probably get boring reading it over and over. However, it would just be fun to just recapture that magic every time I would start it over. So the next category is people. So number 11, what is your favorite quality in a person? It's tough because there's so many qualities, someone who's kind, loyal, smart. But for me, humor is number one. Like, I am a pretty funny, sarcastic person. Like, I love to laugh. Like, I think I had seen something that, like kids laugh 300 times a day. Like, an adult maybe laughs like 6 times. That's not much. I try to keep like a really friendly, kind spirit. I know I've had a lot of comments that people have said like I have a calming energy or a kind energy, which is really sweet. But I love to laugh, so that's my favorite quality of mine. When someone is just like naturally funny, they don't necessarily overdo it, but they're just funny. So like it's a quality I value in myself, and I do value in others. So number 12, you are old and at the end of your days. What warning would you give your 20-year-old self you'd actually listen to? And one that would actually make a real difference. As far as one that I would actually listen to that I would give to my 20-year-old self, would be learn how to say no. I definitely overextended myself with work and social obligations in my early 20s, and I paid for it. My personal anxiety would kind of rise as I just was like, I want to help everybody, but I can't. It's like I can't say no. So I would really just warn myself, like, you're going to want to learn how to say no sooner. I can say no better now. So I have learned, but back then it was really hard for me. And something that would make a real difference, I would just warn myself that just go for it. There were, I think, some opportunities that I might have said that I didn't take the chance to do. I try to be a cautious person. But, I had some adventures that have gotten older. But back then, I think I was a little timid maybe. So I would probably take more chances, and I think that just would have helped me learn some lessons sooner. The next question is, what superpower would you bestow on certain people if you could? A superpower I would like to bestow on certain people would be to if they could stop time. I'd love to be able to give people a chance to stop time so they could really soak in a moment. Sometimes we don't really realize just how special a moment is when we're in it. And for people to be able to, when they realize that, like, just stop time and really soak it in, I'd love to be able to give other people that ability. The next question is, what superpower would I choose for myself? I would absolutely choose the ability to fly. Like, as I mentioned earlier with the owl, like, I would just love to be able to fly. It doesn't cost me anything to fly. You don't have to put gas in your vehicle. Just to be able to fly, like, you'd have the ability to go anywhere. I mean, obviously you'd have to stop when you're tired, but just to be able to fly, that freedom would just be so cool. Sometimes I really wish I was a bird. Yeah, with the ability for flying, like, not necessarily fly like a bird, but maybe like, butterflies do fly, obviously, but yeah, I don't know, just the elegance of a butterfly, I really like. And the last question in the people category is, if you could be anyone other than yourself for a year, who would that be? I don't have a specific person I would like to be, but I would love to be like a either a sports writer or a sideline sports reporter. I'm a big fan of sports, as you might have seen from my like Red Sox tapping video, or some of my Celtic stuff. Like, I would love to just be more immersed in the sports world. You know, I thought about pursuing that in the past, but I didn't. But that would be cool for a year to be able to try that out. So the last category is history. And with these answers, it's a non-family. So just keep that in mind. So for history, what one past person would you benefit from spending the day with? I don't really want to go too far back. So honestly, I would love to, I think I would benefit from spending the day with Buzz Aldrin. You know, I really would have liked to, gotten to know him, learn his experiences on the moon, learn if the moon landing was actually a conspiracy. But yeah, I think it would be cool to spend time with Buzz Aldrin. That would have been really cool. Learn about his experience, and I think there's a sense of adventure, you know, being part of the space program. So like, I think that would kind of give me a boost to my own adventurous spirit. What era or time period would you want to spend 6 months in? If I could pick a kind of time period, I would love to go back to Victorian England. Honestly, like, you know, those corsets look super uncomfortable and stuff, but some of the dresses and fashion were gorgeous. I mean, that was more in like the royals, but I would love to spend time in that 6 months in that time period, getting to wear the fashion and see how the people were interacting and everything. The next question is 1850, and you get to go back for 1 year in any profession. Assuming you have the education, what would it be? Honestly, I would love to have been a gold prospector. You know, like the gold rush in that era in the United States. It would have been so cool to be part of it, like to actually see some gold. Like, what a feeling that would be. So that's probably what I would pick. What historical figure would I want to bring into the now for 1 month and show them current events? If I were to pick a historical figure, honestly, I would pick George Washington, I think. Because, you know, just to have him see for how different, like, you know, things are now, you know? Like with the signing of the Declaration of Independence, like back in the 1700s to like 2024, he would be just amazed to see what's going on. And the final question is, what historical family would you choose to be a member of and why? And I think I'd pick the Kennedys. I mean, they have had a lot of kind of tragedy and everything, but it'd kind of be cool to be a member of that family. Just so notable, and yeah, just to see the ins and outs of that family. So that is it for the questionnaire. Thank you to Jeannie B for coming up with these questions, and thank you Figment ASMR for tagging me. I'll have to think of some creators that I will kind of tag to keep the questionnaire going in the comments or my description, but I hope you enjoyed this video. It was nice to kind of have a like soft-spoken ramble. I know some of you enjoy that. In my next video, I do plan to be back to the color series, and I hope this video brought you some relaxation, sleep, or great background noise for work or doing homework. And in the meantime, I hope everyone has a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you all in our next video. Take care.